Welcome. In this video, here we'll see how to assign a variable in Julia. So you don't have to tell the type in some language, you have to, not here. So you can just write this, my age equals 42. When I run that, it says 42. So it's telling me the value that I gave to this variable. Now, if I want to look at the type of a variable, it's not exactly like in Python. Here you will not do type and the variable, you will do type of, then bracket and the variable. So when I do that, it's telling me, hey, my age is an int, and it's an int 64. It's a type of variable of my age. Now, if I want to see some information about the function, because I don't know this function very well, I can use this. I left it as a comment here. And when I run this with a quotation mark, a question mark, and type of, I run that, shift enter, and here it's telling me a lot of things. It's telling me, okay, I'm looking for type of or something like type of. Then it's telling me I found type of, and it's a function which is like type of X. It gives me the concrete type of X. And then it starts to give me examples. So you can do that with any function and you will see all the information and some example about this function. Here's the example is type of A when A is the integer division of 1 by 2, and then it says, okay, it's a rational int 64. That's the type that we would have. We can do this example. You can do it as an exercise. Then we got M, and well, we'll see what this is later on, but then it's telling you, okay, this is an array, and this is the type of array you have. Right? So it explains this function and how to use it. So I close this so we can see a bit more. Now let's play with pi. So pi is a famous number and it starts in 3.14.15.9. So here that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm assigning 3.14.15.9 to something I call pi, and I say type of pi, and it says float. Why? Well, that's the difference between an int and a float, which is basically if it's a number with a comma or not. If it's with a comma, then it's going to be a float. Now let's look at this. This is a symbol, and that's the symbol of pi. So if I run it, it actually gave me the value of pi. So we can see 3.14.15.9, and then it continues. So how you can do that in Jupyter and Julia? So I put it here in a comment. So I'll need to delete all this, and I'll keep only the pi. So it's backslash, then pi. Right? So when I do backslash, you actually have a lot of option when you press tab. So I add just a P and then tab, and here it's all the different options I have. So there's many options. Here I'm just looking for pi, and here you can see it pi. So I just put pi, and then for this to convert into the actual symbol, I need to press tab and enter. And that's it. So when I do this, just tab for a while or tab of enter, I can have this symbol again. I put back the comment that we had, and we'll continue with the next one. So you can use this symbol to get the value of pi, but you can actually do many other things. For instance, I just escape here to get out of the cell. I press A, backslash, like for pi, but here we add also a column. And then if I press tab, then I see all the different options I have. There are many, and we can just pick one to have an example. Let's say this one, the cactus. And here it says cactus with column before and after. I press tab and then enter, and then it converts into a cactus. And what is crazy is that you can assign a value to this. You can assign a value and just say cactus is equal 1, and it works. So here what I did is with this symbol of some kind of lightning or thunder, and I say thunder emoticon can be variable. And it's a string, it's a text, and I just assign it to this symbol. And this symbol, now if I ask the type of this symbol, this emoticon, then it's a string. So you can actually code with emoticon in Julia. So I'm not telling you it's a good idea, I'm telling you it's possible. So here I can say, okay, this lightning flash sign is 1. So what is the type of the flash sign? Well, it's int 64. And here what we can see is it used to be a text and now it is a number, and I didn't have any kind of issue. In some language you would have, not in Julia. Like in Python, you can reassign variable to a different type without any kind of issue. Now imagine a code like this could be a code just with smiley, so it would be pretty hard to read if you really abuse this, but it can be funny too. So especially maybe for tutorials for kids, we need to look at that. But I can say, okay, smiley face, so it's the same, right? It's backslash column, then tab, and you find it. Smiley face is equal to 0, but sad face is equal to -1. So I need to create those variables, I assign them, so I run this cell. If I don't, it doesn't, nothing, they don't exist, right? So I run this, and I see -1 because it's showing me the value of the last one. Now, if I don't want this, I can just put a semicolon here, and it's not showing. So this is a trick of Jupyter Notebook. And I can start playing with this variable. I can say, hey, can I add them? And say, okay, if I add the lightning, which was 1, to a sad face, which was -1, is it exactly equal to a happy face, which is 0? So it's going to be true. And yeah, so if I add some electricity to a sad face, it'll give me a happy face. So we can actually code things like that. Then you can assign whatever you want. For instance, you can do, hey, let's assign in this face a name, change it for yours, and say, okay, it's Charles. And then I'll add some text in the sushi here, and I say space love sushi. And then I can print it, and I will print it by adding, like concatenating those two strings. So you do that in Julia, you do that with the star, not with plus like in Python, and you just run that, and it says Shah love sushi, and it was just a face, a star, and a sushi. So that's how you assign variable in Julia. I see you soon for the next lecture.